What's good, superstars? Back with another VV video. You got Superstar Joe. You got Superstar Rob in the building. How's it going, Rob?
Pretty good. You? Is this the secret rare maybe?
If you don't know what we were doing, guys, it's very easy. All you got to do, become a superstar. Hit the subscribe button. Next time that we do an intro with lightsabers, you're going to see them full color, chopping around like that. If you're not subscribed, you might have seen like us just looking really funny. But everybody else who's subscribed, who's a superstar, let them know in the comments you saw it and how amazing the show was. Also, follow us on Twitter, follow us on Instagram, follow us on TikTok. Send us your videos, send us your pictures. We will repost them, give you the credit. You're going to be walking down the street. People are going to be asking for your autograph. It's going to happen so many times every single day. Follow us on VEVE, Fastos, 9.9 million, number 6909. When we get the web app, we will follow all of you back. And right now, I'll follow whoever I see. More friends you got, better it is for your MCP chances. Once that comes out, hashtag soon.
What a day on VEVE, man, with the Star Wars announcements, the day we've all been waiting for. Finally, we got something good coming.
So tomorrow, actually, we got a couple things coming. We got 2 drops in one day for the first time in a while. So the first drop is actually a pretty decent comic, right? It's first appearance of Nick Fury.
Yeah.
Sergeant Fury and his Howling Commandos. So that's the first drop. That's in the morning. So if you're expecting the lightsabers, that will be 3 o'clock Eastern, 12 o'clock Pacific.
Yeah.
And this one's 8 a.m. Pacific and 11 o'clock Eastern for the comic. So
are you going to go for it?
I'm going to go for it. I'm a gambler, and from what I hear from this book, it sounds like it's pretty important. So I'm just going to go for it.
It's a B rank. So how much do the rare typically go for? What, 12?
Yeah, and the commons have been going under list. I don't know if you could pull up the Go Collect on the fly here.
I can't.
No. Anyway,
whatever.
It's okay. I think I've heard that the book is pretty expensive, at least from the comments or whoever's been mentioning it. It down there. So it's okay. I think I'm gonna go for it. And even if it goes below listed, having a bunch of these, I don't feel too bad.
Then you're sitting on a lot of gems. So a little 7 dent here or there doesn't even affect you for if you need those gems later on.
I've actually found some good steals in the market recently. Some people listing some low mints.
Nice.
Golden moments. Not the golden moments that I've wanted yet, but I don't mind having them. And if I see them again, I'll buy them and double up on the same golden moment and eventually list it for higher and use those gems somewhere else.
Well, they want their gems back, right? They need their gems right now.
I had to buy a couple things going into this squeeze here. I knew that some people get desperate and want to stack up for whatever's coming on the weekend, and I'm sure people are preparing. And I think there's going to be even more once we get the next drop announced, maybe tomorrow at 3 o'clock. We'll get into that. But again, they came out with the Medium article, so Christmas Eve today, Medium article, lightsabers. We'll go through it right now pretty quickly. I guess we can maybe give our price predictions.
Sure.
The thing with this is that I kind of have 2 price predictions. And I was talking to Rob before the stream here, and I'm like, I think you're going to have some kind of a price where it levels off at a certain point, and then you're going to get the announcement at 3 o'clock for Saturday drop. I'm assuming we're getting a Saturday and a Sunday drop for Star Wars Day.
Yeah.
And usually it's 48 hours before that they announce those drops. And if Saturday is a good drop and Sunday's a good drop, then at 3 o'clock, I expect there to be kind of a dip in this market, and I'll explain why. But I guess let's go through it. Let's give our original estimates pre-3 o'clock, and then maybe post 3 o'clock, we'll throw in the spreadsheet and see how our odds look. What do you think?
Okay, let's do that. And I've done some research as well in the Twitterverse, we'll call it. And you know what? I feel like there's a little bit of a consensus, which was different than my initial thought. But why don't we go one by one? So let's pull up the first one. What's the mint number listed price?
So by the way, guys, just want to let you know, if you're seeing this blurry, you're in really early, by the way. That means you're like one of the first superstars to catch a video. YouTube does not like you when you come early. I don't know what it is.
Yeah.
I think it's because we post a little bit longer videos. If you post something under 10 minutes, they usually process a lot faster, but 20 minutes plus takes like 10, 15 minutes to get into 720p. It's not us. It's not you. It's YouTube doing their thing in the background. If you can just listen to us, tune in early. If not, put a timer, set it for 10 minutes after you get the bell notification. I don't know what to tell you, but nothing we can do about it unless you want us to make shorter vids.
we have a number. We had a couple comments over the last couple of videos recently from Superstar Alex, but yeah, it's YouTube, so maybe if you check back in a bit, it gets fixed. But it is what it is.
If we were to live stream it, then it would process as we're streaming. But because it's like a pre-recorded video that we upload, it does the processing in the first little bit that the video's up. So that's why you might get a little bit worse quality in the beginning. Just set a notification, put a timer on your phone, talk to your girl Siri, and she'll hook you up. So let's get into these. Sorry, guys. Just have to do some housekeeping.
Okay, so one thing that's pretty interesting is that they're all animated, which I'm very happy about.
And sound.
And sound. Why even bother putting out a lightsaber if it's not animated with sound, right?
And if you want to see that, you can go on VEVE's official Instagram, and they have the sounds and the animations, and all the YouTube creators have shown them that way. This video, I'm going to stick more to price predictions and what we think is going to happen actually on drop day. This way. Actually, you know what? 3 o'clock will be the announcement. This is dropping at.
It's dropping at 3, right? 3 Eastern.
Or 2. Is it 3 or 2?
It would be typically they do 3 Eastern, right?
12 Pacific. Yeah, so 3. So this is going to drop, and then they probably are going to announce right after the next drop, right?
Yeah.
They won't do it before, I wouldn't think.
Well, the first one, if you go back down here, and it's a good point. So this is, I think the bid number right now, it's what is it, 19,800?
Yeah.
Listed price 60 for all of them. The 60 for all of them.
Number.
Huge mint number. This is the Yoda. This is the Yoda one. So I think it's going to be pretty popular. But we were having a conversation earlier that recently in these 10,000 drop mints, like a lot of people are getting at least one. We're not sure that they have that volume of 100 to 200,000 people going for it. And if they are having that volume of people, then 70,000 mints, there's a pretty good chance that you're going to get one. So
I think you're going to get more than one if you go for it. I think you're going to get more than one on this drop. With this number,
I don't even know if I believe that there's 100 to 200,000 people going for these drops at any given time. I don't even know if I believe that.
So, for example, I go for pretty much every single 10K mint drop of the comics. I didn't go for the last one. I missed it, but I haven't missed one in the last couple of weeks. That's been a lower mint. Even like collectibles that have been lower mint, I haven't missed one. I would be surprised if there's more than 20,000 people going for every single drop. I'm sure that there's more than that active users, but going for every single drop.
Yeah.
And I'm sure most people
forget.
Most people will be going for this drop, but like I think you're going to get more than one on this drop. And that would mean that you probably will get duplicates, or there will be a lot of people who get duplicates.
Yeah. And I have faith though that at first that this is going to probably trade at listed. I think this whole drop when it starts
above,
it's going to probably be at or above listed. I think the start there's going to be a lot of hype, but there is a good chance that as time goes on and more announcements are made, and if you want, we can show that video that I have on the side here, but as more announcements are made, I think the price might trend down. So we were talking about it before the video, and we were thinking that it could trend down to, as low as 40. And I saw the people on Twitter, like the superstars on Twitter, there's a lot of people who are pretty adamant that this drop has way too high in terms of their mint numbers, and that they're gonna go, like, they think that like even the rare has a chance of going, but for sure the common and the uncommon they think will go underlisted.
I think this is going to depend when VEVE decides to put out that article for the next drop. If they wait a couple hours, like if it's like a 3-hour window, I think between 3 and 6 Eastern, these are going to trade above retail, just because people are going to be like, oh my God, I want more. There's the hype. Then if they come out and they're like BB-8 Golden Moments coming out on Saturday, you're going to see all the people with doubles flood the market, undercutting. I think because there's so many mints, there's going to be so many people with duplicates, it's going to bring the price right below listed, maybe a little bit more than that just because of the undercutting, and then maybe it'll settle a little bit higher. But I think initially, if we don't have an announcement, I could see this trading at 70, 75.
Wow.
Something like that. And then if we do get the announcement in a couple hours, I'm with you. I think we're going below listed. I could see it like 40.
Yeah. So of course, if anything goes, if this is an overlisted drop, there's no risk to this drop. Buy as many as you can get. If it goes under, it's not bad. If it trades at 40, it's recoverable because based on the mint numbers, like we'll show the spreadsheet afterwards, it looks like the odds are like not bad to go for as many as you can on this one.
Yeah, that's true. So we got the other one, the Skywalker lightsaber. I think this one will be a little bit more popular than Yoda's. Even the handle's a little plainer on the Yoda. You got a little bit more details, and this is a more storied lightsaber from what I've heard. So to me, it's a little bit. There's 30 less mints. That's not a big deal. That's just to get you that 1977 in there. But I think that same thing initially might go 75, 80. After a couple hours, if they do give you a big drop announcement, I can see this 45-ish.
Yeah. Yeah, we put down 45 and in our spreadsheet as the test. Yeah, like I agree with you. Again, like my first thought is that when I first heard about this drop, I said, at last video, I said there was going to be 100,000 mints. It ended up being 70. I knew he was going to go high. David, you was going to go high. And because of how I would not have said this until I started seeing Twitter. Like at first I'm like, oh, this is going to go over listed. But then Twitter was just going off on how this is crazy. Some people are like, they're going to pass on the drop. They don't even want it.
They're making 4.2 million on this drop. Who knows how much is theirs, how much is Lucasfilms or whatever. Yeah. But 60 gems is not cheap for a lot of people. So
it's not.
People will go for it anticipating to flip. There's going to be people who want to make money because they haven't made money in so long on VEVE. Like it's been since January.
Yeah.
But if the people are not there to buy these listings, that's when we're going to see things drop below listed. And the number of mints here and the price makes me think you're going to have more desperate people than you would if it was like a $20 drop, something like that. So I think it still needs the announcement to push it below listed, but I can see it starting out around like 80, like I said, and then getting down as low as 45-ish. Yeah. I think you're a little bit more bearish than I am when it gets to that stuff, but we'll see.
I mean, I was seeing some guys online saying they think that the common's going to go 25 because it wouldn't be unusual for some drops sometimes to go half the listed price because the mathematics kind of works out that if you can just, if let's assume there's not a lot of people on the app, right? Yeah. Let's assume that we're all going to have a chance to get multiples, then most likely what's going to end up happening is that the common and the uncommon will sell under listed because you will make enough money on rares down that you can sell it at a $40, $30 and you can still, you make so much more on the rest of them that you're going to be all right. Right. It's not like some of these other drops where even the rare goes under listed. So it's not really worth your time because you have lower chances.
And long term, once we even double our user base right now, like even if say there's 20,000 active people who go for every drop, if we get it to 40,000 where people are actively trading daily, and we're using low numbers if you guys didn't notice compared to what's out there. It's just the numbers don't lie. Like I shouldn't hit every 10,000 mint drop. I'm not that fast.
But there is one bull case that I will say about this, which is that every lightsaber, unlike other places, other drops where it's like Thor, where it's the same Thor in different positions.
That's a good point.
All of these are unique. So if you
and they're better. They're better. It's not like
you're getting animated.
It's not like you're getting a worse version in the comment. This is almost like a Pixar drop where you had Woody and Mike Wazowski as the commons, right?
Right. So that might really help this set hold its value because they're all unique. So you can't get a rare that looks like a common. At the end of if you want Yodas, you have to go buy Yodas. It's the common. Yeah. That's the only Yoda you can get. If you want Luke Skywalkers, you have to go buy Luke Skywalkers. So that's just something to know.
Exactly. But like I said, I think that initially without an announcement, this is going to go above listed. And I think long term, if we like double our user base, these are going to be fine no matter how many you have. Yeah. No matter which ones you have. I'm just thinking within the 24 hours, what's going to happen. That's what this price prediction is. So don't shoot the messenger if we're saying we think it's going to go below listed. This is a trend that's been showing over the last however long. Even the Star Wars comic books, they did well. They went above listed. But keep in mind with the comic books, you really only had the one variant that was the actual comic. And one was a movie poster, which is like the actual movie poster.
Yeah.
And the other ones, they're just like, they were much more limited. So this is a big drop. This is a big run of mints, and it's much more expensive than those comics were.
Right.
So we got the rare next. And it's the only one with the double.
Yeah, right? It's Kylo's. Yeah. It's a good
so Kylo Ren. But the mint number is still crazy high, 12,000 mints.
Yeah.
This one here, I think initially you might see it in like the 150 range, and I could see it dropping down to like 70, 75. I can't remember the number we chose, Rob.
Yeah, it was something like that. Yeah.
I think it'll be above listed, even if we get hit with a drop. announcement. Just 12,000 mints. That's like Woody, right? Wasn't Woody like something like
Woody's
that?
like 90 or 80, so it makes Woody was 14.4.
Yeah, and I think Woody is a more popular character than this lightsaber.
Yeah, probably it's a character versus a lightsaber. So yeah, I think it was like 70 that we did. It's a great looking one though. I think it's a lot of people's favorites. So it might do better than we think, but we'll see. It has
and
the
it's a
cross
dark one, right? So it's a bad guy.
Yeah.
Then we got
well, be careful. The comments didn't like that, but I would argue.
Says it right here.
There you go. Because people jumped all over me when I said the color, the darker it is, then they tend to use the dark side. But I'm just saying it does seem to be that way. The red is the darker one. So, anyways.
Anyway, the next one, I think I read that this is the only guy who has a purple lightsaber. I'm not a Star Wars guy. I don't know nothing about Star Wars.
Yes.
So Mace Windu, I believe that's the Samuel L. Jackson character.
Yes.
That we've seen. And we're still high mint, 10,000 mints.
Yes.
For the ultra rare, which doesn't make it that much more exclusive than the Seeker rare. I just think that because it will be the only purple lightsaber ever, that might carry a little bit of.
Well, we don't know what they're gonna do, right? We don't know what they're gonna then release a series 2 of lightsabers. I don't know how they're gonna change them. Maybe they're gonna make them with more utility. Maybe they're gonna make them with more, but I don't know how much more you can change these. Like they're a lightsaber that go on.
If they let you be able to like move it around in AR, that's pretty cool. Eventually, like
I would hope. I mean, you can kind of do that in the showroom when you move it around.
I don't know. I also reached out to Alex on the next one. I'll talk to you about
I saw that on Twitter.
Yeah, I was wondering something about the next one. But anyways, this one here, I kind of think we were high on our prediction now that I'm reading that there's only like 2,000 less mints.
You want to change it?
We
put 120.
We had 120. I think it was going to initially start out at 200, come down to 120. Maybe this comes down to 100 because it's within 2,000. It's within 200 or 2,000 mints. And I think the other one's cooler. This one's cooler.
Yeah, let's put it. We'll go ahead. We'll put in 100 for the ultra rare.
Yeah. So instead of starting out at 200, I'd say like 170, and then maybe it comes down to 100. If there's an announcement. If not, then somewhere in that range. But let's stick with the low end because we don't want anybody to like. If we go low, then if anything above is gravy, right? If it makes sense to go for the job. So that's that one. True. Then we got the Seeker rare, which is a double lightsaber. Ahsoka Tano.
Okay.
54 mints. Pretty high for a Seeker rare. I don't know if there's been one that high in terms of mint number.
You don't know if there's been one that high in terms of.
I guess maybe like airdrop Seeker rares might be around 5,000 or something like that. But 5,500. Yeah. I'm not sure if there's many that are that high in terms of collectibles for mint numbers. But so the question I asked to Alex on Twitter, I don't know if he got back to us at all, but I asked him, I said, is this how they're going to be in the showroom? Or, he didn't get back. But,
just the follow-up question.
Yeah, or can you separate them? Like, can you separate them and move them around separately in your showroom? Or do they have to move together like this pair? And is it more like a wall art kind of thing? So he didn't get back yet. But he did comment on something else that we posted. If I pull that up,
he said, "I answer the question for you."
Yeah, so basically
that was the comic that they're going to release.
This is the comic coming out on Friday, so they announced it the week before. It's amazing. It dropped, I think, May 4th this year, so it's a 2022 comic, from what I understand.
Wow. Okay.
Let me know if I'm wrong in the comments, but the cover art, I'm hearing a lot of people are not too crazy about it. Dino's asking where Vader is. Classic Dino. And
of course.
Alex G said. So we asked, I'd love to hear your thoughts in the comments. And he said, I'll save you the effort. It's awesome.
Yeah, of course. Of course he's going to say that.
People liking his comment. This guy posts anything, he's going to get a ton. Oh, here you go.
What else is he going to say? Right?
Just recently. So he's proven. So he's just like going off in our comments here because he's a superstar. He's answering the questions that you guys are asking. So if you got to talk to Alex G, just go on our Twitter. And
he needs to come on the channel.
He's in there. Yeah, whenever he wants to. He's always welcome. We're ready. We're saving it. I've already made the template on YouTube, Grilling Alex G as the title. So whenever you're ready to come on and have your roast, Alex, we are ready to have you. But no, we appreciate you answering any questions that have been asked in the comments here. Pretty cool stuff to see the people from VEVE actually communicating with the rest of us regular average Joes.
That's it.
And Robs.
That's it. The average Joe just works so easily.
So Rob, why don't you pull up the spreadsheet that everybody loves to criticize, and let's talk about it. And maybe you should give a little explanation at the beginning of how we got it kind of peer reviewed.
Okay, so I've been trying. Let's pull it up. So first of all, I'm trying to get this on a Google Sheets. It's just I added so much of it. The file's so big. I haven't had a chance to actually get it. So I started deleting things, and I haven't got on yet. I'm gonna find that sweet spot where we can get it on Google Sheets so that the other superstars can review. And I had a couple comments. Yeah, go ahead.
Is it like 70,000 lines or something like that?
Yeah, something like that. On like it's 8 to the power of whatever. I think it's insane, right? It's 5 to the power of 8. That's how much the 8 would be. But the point is this: it's the theory is simple because no one can check it. I had a couple comments saying that they think the math is wrong, but I don't think it is. I think it's right. The reason why it's right is in each case, just so that it's clear, you list out every combination that is possible. So if you go for it once, these are your 5 possible combinations and your associated probabilities. So when you go for 2 hits, if you list out every possible combination, in this case, 5 to the power of 2, there's 25 different possibilities, right? If you go and you simply multiply the chance of getting a common by itself twice, right? So you would you'd go and you would just multiply it by itself. You start figuring out what is the probability of each scenario. And actually, if you take this column, it adds up to 100% because there's 25 different possibilities, right? So of the 25, getting 2 commons straight would be 8.7%. If you add them up, you get 100. So it cleans itself up. And then all you do is you pass forward the ones that end up having a potential gain greater than the cost. So that's a one that made money. That's a one that made gems. And then therefore, after you include the fees, because we're going to have an 8.5% fee, you pass over that gain. So, and then at the end, you sum up your chance of a gain. And that's how you get the overall 44% chance. It's an extremely dynamic nature. Like it's not like you look at the statistics and it's a 60,
not linear.
Yeah, it's basically a 60-40. Every time you hit the button, you have a 60% chance of getting a common, or it says uncommon, but in this drop, it's 2 commons. You have a 66% chance of getting a common or uncommon, which will go underlisted based on some of the prices we predicted. And you have a 40% chance of getting one that goes overlisted. But just the way that, like in this case, the way things work out as an overall probability, your gain, because the prices are so much higher on the ultra rare and the secret rare to cover your costs, and because you have a 40% chance in the first place of making gems, it just balances itself out that you could actually beat that 40% chance of making gems. Because you can sell.
This is the stuff that like blackjack players. This is the stuff that they do. They calculate all these odds. So Rob has spent some time at the blackjack table, I think.
I'm just saying there could be a mistake in here. Like I'll be the first guy to be like, I don't know for sure. I could have made a mistake. I feel confident though that these numbers are correct. I'm going to find a way. I want to get this on so those who told me the math is wrong could review it because they told me it was wrong, but they didn't tell me why. They didn't say in the comments, I think it's wrong because of this.
The only thing that's wrong is that we don't have low mints accounted for. But at the same time, this is like complete bear case. I'm assuming you don't get a low mint, and you're going to get for face value basically the floor. This is the floor case. If you were going to sell at the floor, that's what this is.
So we'll move on. I showed the spreadsheet, and then I'll try to get it out. I've been saying that, but I'll try when I find time. Common 40. Okay.
This is worst case, guys. This is a worst case. We get a drop announcement. Vader gets announced. Everybody who has doubles is selling, okay? This is a worst case scenario. Don't freak out.
Okay, common 40, uncommon 45, or whatever, the common, Luke Skywalker one. The rare is 70, the ultra rare 100, and the secret rare is 400. Okay? This is our prediction right now. The way it works out in this case is it seems to be that the more you go for it overall, generally the better it is. So you could go, if you go for 1, you're making money from rare to secret rare. So it kind of makes sense, right? As you go more and more and more, your odds slightly improve because the way the combinations work, you're making back enough money selling off a 40 and 45 and then gaining it back on the other end here if you hit that ultra rare, that secret rare. So me personally, I'm going to go for at least 3 if I can get 3. And in fact, if I can get more, I won't be able to go for 10 because I don't have enough gems. I should be able to go for at least 5. I will probably go for 5. And just remember though, the way probabilities work, sure, you have let's just call it roughly a 50% chance, 55% chance of, because it's all projected prices of making gems, you still have a pretty good chance of losing gems.
Yeah.
Okay. There was lots of comments that we got that were like, yo, I went 5 times, I got 5 comments. It can happen. It happens to me all the time.
Yeah.
And there's some people who are like, I went 5 times, I got 2 secret rares.
Long term though, on this drop, you should be okay holding these things.
No, I'm gonna do exactly what you said. I'm gonna go for as many as I can, and I will sell off my doubles probably right away. And I'll.
But that's a lot of people's mentality is going to be, and that's how we got these lower box prices. But once these land in the hands of people who want to hold them, the prices will go up, like long term. That's what my reasoning, my thinking is, especially if there's like rentals, or if you can use them in AR eventually, or if you can put them on different characters and people start posting that on Twitter. It's gonna take a while to churn and see the utility, right?
Exactly. So one more thing that I wanted to show is this right here. It's I saw this video from Crypto Show 84. I've never seen him before. 470 subs. I think this is an old video though. It's just I happened to come across it on this channel the other day.
There's been some other content creators that have used it. I've seen it on VV Vision's videos. I've seen it a couple of different content creators. Shout out to those guys. Yeah. But this is just some speculation for what might come Saturday, Sunday. So this might be the reason why we do see some of these lightsabers go below listed.
Right. So I have the video playing a little bit faster here. Gauntlet, you got as Deadpool there. You got Mickey Mouse jumping around. We haven't seen this one yet. But where things get trippy is that you're going to see some familiar ones coming up very soon. So we got Mickey Mouse, got Olaf there, and he's animated walking around saying hello, right? We got Buzz
should get that one soon,
which should come soon, we would think. Wall-E, but this time in color.
Yeah.
There's Lightning. See that? I'm gonna pause the video. Lightning McQueen, which we have already. That's the part that makes this video seem so legitimate, is that we've seen that one already.
Yeah. So pause it here, because that's BB-8, but there's also a golden moment BB-8 or golden statue at the Disney park. I think it might even be situated near the R2-D2 statue. So that might be like Disney might, like I said yesterday, they might want to put their hands in the Star Wars celebration just to show like, look, we still own Star Wars. So we might see a golden moment. And if we do, I'm pretty confident this will be one of them.
Yep. Look at them rolling around everywhere.
Yeah, and that's cool that it moves. But if we don't get a golden moment and we get a drivable BB-8, even cooler.
Yep, really cool.
Yeah.
And then, there he is.
So is that Saturday then Sunday? Is that what they just showed us?
There he is. Maybe there he is. Okay, very briefly.
Yeah. So you saw Vader quickly, and maybe that's another reason why we didn't get the red lightsaber like the Darth Vader lightsaber, because maybe they want FA to be statue holding the lightsaber, and that's like the FA of the Vader lightsaber. Who knows?
Oh, perhaps that's it. So that just it's more of a fun gambling session. I mean, we had a lot to talk about.
Yeah, longer video, going to take a long time to process, guys. So you might not see 720p until like half an hour after it's up. But I think you guys enjoy the longer form content from the comments that we've seen.
Yeah, and so definitely, again, let us know what you guys think. We love to hear from you. Do you think, I want to know, because our comments are a pretty good indication of whether something's going to go overlisted or not. So first of all, smash that subscribe button, become a superstar, because you could join the Superstar fam and you can, join this community of people that are having discussions about VV. And specifically now, this is my question of the day, which is let me know your price predictions below, because I'm seeing a lot of people on Twitter saying they think this stuff's going underlisted. And then on the other hand, you have just mooners just saying that this is going to go like double listed, which I don't think is going to happen. But let us know what you think your price predictions are below. Let us know if you're going to go for the drop, if you're going to go for multiple hits. If you think my math is wrong, tell me why it's wrong. I'm curious. Of course, we will see you on the next one. Take care.
Love you.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye.